So, am I like the only one that seems to notice how like so many beautiful, successful women in like whether they're in the industry or not, maybe just doing beautiful things or just doing really great, successful things, making boss moves, maybe just started a business, maybe or some multiple businesses, maybe just bought their first mansion, maybe just got a great acting career, just got a record deal and things. So, one of the observations that I've noticed with a lot of like really successful women out here, I'm noticing this. I don't know if I want to call it a trend, but I'm noticing like this whole pattern. Yeah, there's a pattern of behavior of women, really highly successful women who get involved with, just bums. And I'm gonna put it out there. Um, so a lot of times these women are usually they're often single for a really long time. And then like as they begin to start, making, really successful movement in their lives, um, all of a sudden you hear about them meeting a bum, right? All of a sudden there's this random, guy that just kind of sort of like appears out the woodwork, right? Who randomly, suddenly appears, out of the background, out the woodwork, right? And so these men are, so when you see them, you're kind of like, who is he? What does he do? All to find out no one knows what these guys do, right? Kind of like Tommy off Martin, right? What job, man? But that's kind of how it is, right? So, we're all looking like, who is this guy? Who is he? How do you mean? You're like, okay, what does he do? Everybody's curious to know, right? And there's just this trend, this pattern of behavior, these beautiful, successful women getting involved with these bums who are really just nobody, right? And these women, they always often end up pregnant, right? All of a sudden, they're so in love and they're so enthralled and they're suddenly pregnant by these men. Now, this is a trend. You know, Not married, no ring, but they're pregnant, right? They always end up pregnant by the bums they meet, right? And so, which to me is really just kind of disappointing, but I kind of understand why too. And a lot of these men, I just want to say, ladies, this is what I want to get into. Ladies, be careful of, when you are on your path and your road to success and you are doing great boss things, like you making boss moves out here, doing great things. Be careful of, men out here who are, quick to want to get in your face to tell you how much they love you. And this is the thing. A lot of them, it almost seems as if it's like a rat race to who can get you, right? Because a lot of them, they sit around watching you. They sit around, lurking on your pages, watching what y'all are doing, and they'll inbox you. They'll get in your inbox, your DM, or whatever, and they're trying to see who can get to you first. Because a lot of them are really just phony imposters, opportunists, and distractions from what you have going on. Period. And I said it, yeah. A lot of them are sitting around preying on successful women who got their stuff together and they can't wait to try to get you in a sack to knock you up with a baby to lock you down. Now, I know some people might say, oh, a baby don't keep nobody. No, a baby don't keep nobody. But let me just say this much. When you have a bum, a baby can actually keep you when you got a bum. Okay, and I can think of multiple celebrities who have been multiple beautiful, successful women who have literally been drugged through the ringer. I mean, by bums who they met, who claimed loved them so much and wanted to marry them and be with them, and all of a sudden, either they end up pregnant first with a baby, or they end up getting married to these bums. And usually often the ring and the marriage are very few far and in between for a lot of them. Usually often the marriage or even the idea of getting married is the last thing on a lot of you women's mind, which I don't understand, I don't comprehend, and I don't get how y'all allow these, bums to come and knock you up and keep you knocked up with a baby. The thing about having a baby with a man, especially when you're not married to him, you are always somehow attached and connected to this man by and through that seed. And so a lot of these dudes, they're strategic in that. They're strategic in knocking you up with a baby, because easily, if a problem arises or occurs, they can take you to court, and now you got a whole messy court issue going back and forth, child support case or a custody case going on with a bum who has nothing, and then you end up maybe possibly being on child support or even owing him money that he never even worked to get. Ladies, you have got to be careful, be mindful, and be watchful. Use your discernment. Stop being so quick to jump in the sack over the sake of love because somebody claimed they love you and want a relationship with you or want to marry you, or even, and let's just take marriage off the table, out of the equation, because a lot of times y'all not even getting married. A lot of times marriage don't even be an option. You're just getting pregnant. And a lot of these dudes, that of course they don't mind knocking you up with a baby, because the baby, that the seed that they give you is their meal ticket a lot of times. I gotta say it. I'm sorry, but I get tired of seeing these beautiful, successful girls out here. They great and they doing great things. All of a sudden, next thing you know, you see it's a pattern. It's a pattern. You see all of a sudden, bam, they knocked up, and you be like, by who? Who is he? By some no-name bum dude that they met anywhere, up walking down the street or something. And next thing you know, they're going through these messy custody battles or messy divorce battles, if they even got married, which a lot of times that don't even happen. They just end up with a baby. Or you end up in these messy court cases with these bums who didn't help you do a thing. Y'all, be careful out here when you are successful and beautiful. A lot of these men, they are watching, they lurking, and they preying on you, P-R-E-Y, preying on you to get to your assets. A lot of them really just want access to your assets. They want a piece of your lifestyle. They want a piece of what you got, and they don't want you. They don't love you. They're using you. They want to get close to you to gain access. Ladies, use your discernment. When you're doing boss things and big, great, beautiful things out here, you're doing, making big moves out here, use your discernment. If you don't have it, pray for it. Because a lot of times you're going to get caught up by somebody who never had good intentions for you to begin with. They just want to use you and get close to your assets. All right, that's all I think I'm going to say about this today. But love y'all. Call it judgmental or whatever. I really don't care. But I get tired of seeing this pattern. And it's a pattern that I see a lot going on, like in this industry, in Hollywood, in the industry, and just all over. Just beautiful girls who were, doing great things. And they were single at first, didn't have no babies, didn't have no kids, doing nothing. And all of a sudden, bam, they pregnant, got to buy a bum. Not even somebody on your level. At least get somebody on your level or above who's doing great things too. Stop getting with somebody that's way beneath you and way less than your, should be standard. All for the sake of being able to be in control and be in charge, just to have a man that you can dominate and run around, a man that you can control and tell what to do. That should be a turnoff for you. It should be unattractive. It should be a turnoff that you got a bum around you that you got to do everything for him, or you have to take care of him. He has absolutely nothing to offer you. What you with him for? Like, I can't comprehend. Maybe it's just me. All right, y'all chime in the comments and tell me what y'all think. Love y'all.